Hi everyone! Welcome to the Angular Scheduler tutorial where I will show you how to drag and drop events from an external source into the Angular Scheduler component. In this example, I will drag an item from the TreeView component to the scheduler and update it as an event using the nodeDragStop event of the TreeView component. First, I open my existing Angular application where I've added the basic code to render the Angular scheduler. To learn more about integrating the scheduler component into an Angular application, please check the Getting Started video linked in the card above and the description below. I run this application using the command ngserve. Here, the scheduler component is rendered with defined events. To use the TreeView component, I install the Syncfusion Angular TreeView package by running the command ng-add Syncfusion ej to Angular navigations. In the app module TS file, the TreeView module is automatically imported from the Syncfusion ej to Angular navigations package and registered in the imports array of the ng module. While installing the navigations package, some modules will be imported automatically. Since I only need the TreeView module, I've removed the rest of the modules. I'll add the Angular TreeView component with a few basic properties. To learn more about integrating the TreeView component into the Angular application, please refer to the Getting Started video linked in the description below. Check now, TreeView is rendered on the right side of the scheduler with the provided node items. Let me show you how to enable the drag and drop feature in the TreeView component. To do that, I'll enable the Allow Drag and Drop property. To specify the target area for the TreeView node, assign this wrapper element class name to the drag area property. Check now, I can drag a node on the scheduler, but events are not added. I'll proceed by adding the drag and drop logic to create the events using the TreeView node. Now add the nodeDragStop event, which will be triggered each time the TreeView node is dragged, and assign the callback method on DragStop. I define this method in the app component TS file, and it receives arguments based on the drag and drop event arguments interface, which is imported from the Syncfusion ej to Angular navigations package. I declare a variable of type element to store the closest scheduler element. First, import the closest method from the ej2 base package and assign the closest scheduler element that contains the classy content wrap. This is the built-in class name assigned to the wrapper element in the scheduler. Then I add an if condition to check whether this scheduler element is not null, and the event target is a TreeView node to proceed further. Again, I declare another variable to retrieve the data bound to the TreeView fields property. To access the TreeView data source, I add the reference to the TreeView component. In the app component TS file, import the viewChild directive from the Angular core package, and using that directive, create an instance for the TreeView component. Using the TreeView instance, I access the data bound to the fields property. Here, I need to retrieve two details: the node dragged into the scheduler, and the cell to which the node is dropped. I declare a variable, filterData, and filter the dragged node data from the TreeView data source. Next, to access the scheduler cell details, I add a reference variable to the component. Then declare a scheduler object variable. Then declare another variable cellData of type cellClick event arguments interface, imported from the Syncfusion ej to Angular schedule package. Using scheduler instance, call the getCellDetails method and pass the event target. Now I need to construct the data based on the received details. So I'll declare another variable, event data, and assign a value for the ID using the getEventMaxID method. Next, assign the data collected from the drag node to the subject and description fields. Assign cell details for the start time, end time, and all day fields. Next, call the addEvent method using the scheduler instance, and pass this event data. When I drag a node and drop it on the scheduler cell, it will be updated as an appointment, but the TreeView here is not updated. So I declare a variable, updatedList, and filter the TreeView data to remove the dragged item. Assign this updated list to the TreeView data source. Check now, while dropping the node, TreeView gets updated. If you want to open the editor window with the drag detail, just replace the addEvent method with openEditor. Pass the arguments, event data, and action type as add, and true value to indicate the event data. When I drop a node, the editor window will open with the drag node details. If you need any modification, do it and save. In this video, I showed you how to drag and drop events from an external source into the Angular scheduler component. You can download a working example from the GitHub link in the description below. You can also see if you're eligible for our community license, which will get you a free license key to use our Angular products. Thank you for watching this video. If you found it useful, please like and subscribe to our channel.